What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back on Motor City Line Talk. Y'all know what it is. Told you guys, major page overhaul coming. There's gonna be some time. Go to, the new name is Motor City Sports Talk. We're gonna talk about different Detroit teams. We're gonna expand a little bit. Lions season coming to the end, but we get into some Pistons talk and some Tiger talk, a little bit of Red Wings. I do dabble in hockey a little bit. But a lot of people out here blaming Matthew Stafford, man, and I wanted to get my perspective on this. And at one point I was frustrated with him, but and I looked at the entirety picture, and I asked, what quarterback would have survived? Would Stafford survive with the Lions? Honestly, people say 135 million. That's the way the market is going, and people crying to me, oh, he's hampering our cap room space. He's definitely not hampering the cap room. Dude, we had three major contracts on our payroll at once. Calvin Johnson, Dominican Suh, and Stafford. Both, and Suh was still on his rookie contract, but that's before they changed the rules. So, I can see if we still had those two on there, and I'll definitely agree. 135 million, that ain't hampering nothing. That's just gonna be the surface quarterback contracts. And people saying, well, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, sacrifice, and they old as hell. They old. Of course they gonna sacrifice. Stafford in his prime, and I hate to say this, but with a shitty organization, you think he gonna take a pay cut? He would have walked. And people say, oh, good. So, start off here. Who are you gonna get to replace Matthew Stafford? You have an organization who can't even figure out that you have to run the ball to be successful in the NFL. So they can't find a running back. And a running back come dime a dozen. Look at this year's draft. You had Fournette, McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Kareem Hunt, the dude James Conner from Pittsburgh, who's looking pretty good, who overcame Hodgkin's lymphoma. Love his story. Jones, Aaron Jones, whatever his name is, from the Green Bay Packers. Cohen from the Bears. Alvin Kamara, who went like in the third or fourth round. Dante Foreman, who was killing it this year as well. He just didn't get the amount of carries for the Texans till he tore his leg up. You can go on and on. It was several running backs this year. They ain't all going the first round. A lot of them, the best ones, went in the third and the fourth round, I believe. And your organization, the Detroit Lions, couldn't even get one. They believe in Amir Abdullah, for whatever reason or whatever. And shout out to my boy Bobby Bless. He posted a video, exposing all the fans that says the offensive line fault. It was a big gaping hole there for Theo Riddick to run through. And this guy broke it outside. And I consistently see that every week from Amir Abdullah. He do not trust his read, no patience, break it to the outside every time. It's not your offensive line majority of the time. It's your running backs. That's not the point. Remember you guys was blaming Riley Reif and Larry Warford for the lack of run game? Well, look at this. Riley Reif is one of the best left tackles for the Minnesota Vikings, and their rushing attack is phenomenal, even after Dalvin Cook went out. Larry Warford is part of the best rushing attack in football with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, two guys that were Detroit Lions. So you telling me it's either coaching or it's your running backs. And I think it's a mixture of both, but I think it's mainly the running backs. So what quarterback, to get back on cue, what quarterback will come into Detroit and survive this? How many quarterbacks have the Detroit Lions ruined over the years? Joey Harrington was a top, number 3 pick. John Kitna, they ran out and got John Kitna after you blow like a 20-point lead after Carson Palmer blew his knee out, and that was the year the Bengals was going to go to the Super Bowl, and that was the end of his chapter, pretty much being an elite quarterback at that point. They ran out and got Scott Mitchell, who won nothing. They let Eric Kramer go. Andre Ware didn't pan out. Charlie Batchelor didn't pan out. How many quarterbacks have we ran through since Bobby Lane that haven't panned out? Stafford, the numbers say Stafford should be a bust. He should be crippled. He should be dead out here, B. He should be retired. He should be doing a Joey Harrington. That's what the numbers say. You have a quarterback that's like a cockroach. And they say the cockroach is the only thing that can survive a massive nuclear attack. And that's what Matthew Stafford has done. He survived a massive nuclear attack with the Detroit Lions. The organization is just not run right. The Fords don't care. And every year, the fans go down there and spend their money. And of course, they don't have to give a great product. They give a formidable product, and you guys going to run down there and pay for it. You know? And want to put the blame on Matthew Stafford. Stafford is doing the city of Detroit a favor by staying here and playing quarterback for the Detroit Lions. He go anywhere else, for the most part, except for Cleveland. I mean, he'll blow up. Put him on Kansas City with those weapons. Put him on Houston. Deshaun Watson didn't get hurt. Let's just say it then. You put him pretty much anywhere else, he going to be good. You look what happened with Dak Prescott. They took Zeke away. What is he doing now? Absolutely nothing. Stafford ain't never had a Zeke. Look at Drew Brees. If it wasn't for Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram this year, he probably wouldn't. He probably would be on a stretcher. He's not the same quarterback. You feel me? Look at Eli Manning. They took no running game, took his receivers away. What is he doing? Stafford has became more mobile, lost the weight, became a better quarterback. But he doesn't have a concrete system, a stable system to rely on. He don't have stable coaching. He don't have a stable organization that can get him what he needs. Oh, they brought in this guy. He had Calvin. People favorite line about Matthew Stafford. Oh, he had Calvin Johnson. What do that mean? That's one guy. Nate Burleson never lived up to the hype. And when Golden Tate came and lived up to the hype, Calvin got injured. You can have a Calvin Johnson, but what about running the ball? Look at Green Bay. They got several guys. Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. They had good tight ends over the years. Jermichael Finley, Jared Cook. He had weapons. He was so potent with his legs and his arm that the run game opened up for them. Every quarterback is not going to be able to do what Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady does. But the difference when people overlook what Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers is, they have a system. Aaron Rodgers runs the West Coast system. It's a proven system that works. Tom Brady been running the same system for years. It's a proven system that they're able to make adjustments to and able to tweak. What stable system has Matthew Stafford had? Can't name me one. He don't have a run game. He don't even have an offensive line half of the time. The numbers say Matthew Stafford should be squashed and gone. Like I told you, he a cockroach. He's surviving a nuclear massive attack from an unstable organization known as the Detroit Lions. He put his team on his arm every year. Most fourth quarter comebacks with no running game. Throwing for all these yards with no running. Give him a running game. So many times the Lions come down to third and short, the goal line situation. And when you in the goal line situations or third and short, and you can't you can't run the ball, and the defense knows it, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. Nothing. How they gonna make this guy a scapegoat? $135 million is gonna be nothing in a couple years. It's gonna be so many quarterbacks that overmass that it's gonna become a non-factor. The Lions have a ton of cap space going into next offseason. A ton of cap space. They need a proven coaching staff that has a proven offensive system. Look no further than Jared Goff, and what a 32-year-old head coach Sean McVay did that a veteran coach Jeff Fisher couldn't do. Made him a valid player.